Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rob. Hope you all having a fantastic day. Hey, let me know if your volume is okay, guys. We're testing out a brand new system here. We're doing this from the office. As you can see, what a great setup for us. Let me know in the comments whether you are on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube. Let me know how the volume is. And if you can hear me, just give me a 1 for yes or 2 for no. All right, T-Chess, I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, yeah, Kevin, looks awesome. Guys, I'm on a small monitor now, my laptop, so I see even less comments than before. Zoom volume is a little higher than normal, but sound is good. All right, thanks, Tom. Volume is great. Paula said, fantastic. Very good, very good. So here we go. Market is open. All right. Hope y'all having a fantastic day. Thank you, Helen. Yeah, we're loving what we did with the set. I mean, it's Sean. I mean, he really busted his buns to get everything done. I mean, all the electronics and whatnot. I can't see what you guys can see just because of Zoom, but I'm guessing you're seeing the ticker in there as well, correct, Sean? Yep. We got that going in there at the top. That is real-time data as it's coming across. We were talking about some stuff with Johnson & Johnson the other day. We're doing a test, and there goes Johnson & Johnson across the top of the screen. So pretty interesting. Pretty darn interesting. Tom said, awesome day up on AMAT, Overstock, and Zillow. There you go, on Z. So fantastic. Hey, guys, let me know, how is trading going for you? How are things going today? How has it been as a trading day? Let me see. Yes, Kevin, we are in our office. This is not a background, guys. This is real. I don't make this disappear by moving my hand back. This is real. You know, there's our disclaimer up there. Hey, Robert, appreciate it. Nice CBOE name badge. Look familiar, Robert? It's an actual badge from CBOE. Some of you know what I'm talking about. I have taught there dozens of times. Hey, David, appreciate it. First time trader. Excellent. Welcome. Glad to have you. Welcome here today. Daniel said, going great, up $400 on SPY today. Brenda's up $19 million on the Qs. Brenda, you probably need to cut down the number of trades that contracts you're doing. What is the cog wheel on my desk? Who asked that question? Let me see. I don't know if you guys are able to see it or not. I don't know how good I can get in there with it, Sean. All right. So it is a little spinny. It's got a little red dot on it, which I try to keep facing true north, right? And if you guys ask me, what should I do? And I look at a chart and I'm not sure, we're going to spin that thing and it's going to stop somewhere, which I'll just stop it now. And it just says to go long or buy a put or sell or liquidate, hold, short, and so forth, right? So it's like our own wheel of fortune on the wheel, right? On the desk. New form of spin the wheel. Exactly, Robert. There you go. Hey, 4D Dover, how you doing? Brad, good to see you. Favorite show, Rob. Excellent. I appreciate it. Just watching Mara and BTC to sell some puts this morning. Excellent, T-Chess. Fantastic. Fantastic. So we're going to have a lot of great things happening, guys, as we go through and get this running in full time. We're doing this week. We're going to be off the next 2 weeks. Not my fault. Sean decided he wanted to take vacation. So, you know, we're not going to be in the office. I could never do this on my own. There is no way in God's great earth. I need Ivana to spin the wheel. There you go, Robert. Hey, maybe we get Amelia on here live streaming with us also, and she could spin a wheel. I don't know. Yeah, for Dover. Good. I'm glad that for D Dover. I'm glad that you're liking it. Excellent. Fantastic. All right. So once again, I am limited to what I can see on the charts, on the text rather. I will get through it as best I can. If I miss it, it's not that I don't want to catch it. It's just there's a lot of people in here because right now we're streaming on Zoom. We are on YouTube and we are on Facebook right now, streaming live also. So there's a lot going on. Hey, no FOMO, what's going on? Bought SPY 410 puts for the week. Brad said, good to know. I'll start my subscription in 2 weeks. Well, this is a free workshop, so there's no subscription to it. But it's just us coming into the office is all it is. But I'll be here the rest of the week. So different show every day, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and let me shift over to my charts. All right. See a bunch of warrants going behind you, none with your name on them yet. Yeah. There we go. Well, we have actually, Robert, a couple of expired certificates. I've got an old Hershey stock certificate. We're going to kind of plaster the wall there. And I forgot to bring it in today. We're going to take the trading clock, which is on the other side of the room, and we're going to put it behind me over here as well. So we've got the trading clock. So it's an easy enough look for me to go back and see where we are timing wise for a trade. So a little bit much for me to try to glare to the other side of the room and see how it is. So there we are with that. Okay, so let's take a look at the market. I want to start off first with the S&P 500. And the topic today, thanks, Robert. We did a nice job with the studio, Robert said. Yeah. I'm excited about it. Got it, Brad. Yeah, no worries. Everything is fine with that. We're just not going to be in the office doing recordings from the office, live streams. So I'll be doing Power Hour from home for the next 2 weeks, which is where I've been for the last year with COVID, right? So that really doesn't matter. So from our standpoint, let's see. All right. Boy, oh boy, that is wicked. Just getting used to a different resolution on the monitor now. All right, there we go. So, this is what I've been waiting for. So we're down 20 points on the market this morning on S&P. 20.72 is what it shows. It's a little delayed. I'm looking for that V top so we can redraw the fibs on here. I don't have or did not have a good place yet. I'd love to see either a smaller pullback today, get me down closer to the 8, which is the pink line, or close down today, move down again tomorrow. I mean, heck, we're on all-time highs, recent, all-time highs, closing highs, all-time highs, all of it on S&P. We're there on the Dow. We're pretty close on the NASDAQ. So let's go ahead and get some pullbacks so we can get a fib redrawn. Yeah, I know, Brenda. It's getting used to the resolution on the monitor, I guess. But and these are wide monitors. Where at home I'm on square, so it's a different feel, a different shape. Actually, let's see what can we do there. That may help a little bit. All right. So we've got our 4181 level just above our head, which is a major fib level, guys. If you are familiar with it, if you do a number series using fibs, 4181 is a major level on a Fibonacci. And notice Friday is where we threw that doji, ran right up into it, and pulled back on Friday and today, pulling back, getting back under the 4181 level, which I'm good with. We need some pullback here, some retracement here. It's got too far. It is gone already. And I just love to see us come down a little bit more. And there's a lot of stocks that I think have run a little bit too much, too fast. I'd love to see some pullbacks and returns off of there. NASDAQ just getting back to where it was. Apple and some of those are just starting to get back into a good price range again. But still, Apple gave a great opportunity to add to the position. I have a position open on Apple, options, of course, and I was underwater on it. I liked Apple. I liked the chart. When I felt we had a bottom, I went and added more to the position. So right now we're doing okay compared to where we were. Jim said if we close today on SPY, these candles we have, it's a built-in evening start. Yep, absolutely. We'll see where it all goes, Jim. But that 4181 is the critical level, right? If we look, our high there is 4180.81. I mean, we missed today that 4181 even number, flat number by 19 cents. So we're rocking it. I mean, it's doing well right at that level. But a good catch there, Jim. Right? And that's Ryan Litchfield's Billywig, right? He's our resident expert when it comes to candle patterns. He wrote the book, literally, on it. All right, so we look at the S&P 500. Life is good. When we go to the VIX, and we'll get into some intraday charts in a moment. We go to the VIX. We're sitting at 1782. People are freaking out. We're back up again. Fear is going higher. What are we going to do? You're going to calm down. All right? There's nothing to be worried about when it comes to the VIX at these levels. Nothing. I mean, we've got, if we go back historically, you could see that we were down lower than where we are now back in February of last year. So a year and 2 months-ish, month and a half back for us to have hit these lower levels than we are. But this is the lowest since COVID. We took that big gap in fear It's the lowest we have been since that point. Now, were we down lower? Yeah, 12.20, 11.20. You'll go back a little bit and you'll find that $9 and was it 9? I forget. It's been so long since we're there. 9 even. You'll even find us hitting that $9 level as well. But we're in a great place as far as fear goes. Options are not so cheap where selling becomes almost impossible as a strategy. Instead, we're actually still able to find some trade setups that are working. But that takes us to today's topic. Guys, you really have to look at this, okay? If you're in a position right now that you're looking at a trade and there's nothing there, right? You're just not finding the premium that you're looking for, right? On an option if you're trying to sell. That's not unheard of right now. I am actually finding on more of the larger caps, the big companies, the Apples of the world per se, that if I am trying to do a diagonal spread as an example, I'm not getting as many qualified candidates for the premium I'm looking for because the value of the options have dropped. It's not there. When it comes to some of the smaller positions that I'm doing more of the covered calls on, the under 40, I'm still finding some good ones. Now, don't get me wrong. This week was a challenge finding a lot of candidates because I probably had on my watch list, I don't remember, 40, 50, 60, somewhere in there. I probably had on the watch list that many, but keep something in mind. You got earnings season. We're right in the midst of earnings season right now. So even though we've got earnings coming up, we've got companies that have good charts to them that fitting the criteria, their earnings are too close. So I can't trade them. So I'm finding much less on the naked puts, the covered calls. I'm finding more on the diagonals. The naked puts are doing fantastic. I love the naked puts right now. I'm doing extremely well with them. The volatility matches. So if you're getting a little bit of a smaller premium, you're also getting a little bit smaller risk because you're getting less movement out of the position as well, the whipsaw taking place, right? When it comes to the directional trades, the key is going to be to stick with the bigger companies. And the reason for it is you're finding many stocks are not having decent open interest when you're looking at the front week and or front month on the options. And they're not having it there because that volatility has gone down. Traders are backing away, unsure of what to do. You're not seeing as many contracts traded on some of those companies where you're seeing more of a flight back to, Apple's moving up, Tesla's moving up, Amazon's moving up. Some of the bigger names, right? And I'm not talking about the GameStops of the world. I don't know if you saw, but the head guy from GameStop resigned. He's got a couple more weeks or months, and then he's out of there completely. Right. So they're not the one that's going to be the savior of the market. That's for sure. Right. Can you still make money over there? Absolutely, you can. Without a doubt. You can make money with those guys. So Brad said, do you ever play earnings, i.e. iron condors, day before or day of earnings for a volatility crush? So Brad, I am a much bigger fan of taking advantage of the volatility crush after the announcement comes out. If you're looking at trying to trade it that way, but I'm doing it after the earnings announcement comes out. They drop volatility extremely down. They close up bid-ask spreads. They actually lower the price a little bit, even lower than it belongs, right? Just trying to rip off the people that need to sell to exit out of their positions. But my favorite way of trading earnings, Brad, is on let's say earnings are coming out Tuesday night after the market closes. So what do most people do? They're sitting on their hands and they can't do anything because the market's closed. Yeah, you maybe could trade some stock, but that's a wicked day. And if you're trying to short, good luck with that in the aftermarket, right? And you can only place limit orders and so forth. Well, what we do is I created a strategy where, Brad, where we are actually trading the NQ, which is the NASDAQ E-mini futures. We're trading the NQ at night because it trades almost 24 hours a day. So we're trading the NQ after the announcement comes out, or at the announcement, actually, and we're taking that directional trade based on the announcement, the news that we're hearing. And the trade setup itself works extremely well. You get it, it'll work good for us on, look at who the top 10 holdings are in the Qs, right? You've got companies like Apple, you've got Amazon in there, Google, the high flyers are the ones that we look for. If you're looking at, a Goldman Sachs and trying to do this, the trade is just not there. So I'm a big fan of that strategy, much more to me than trying to take that volatility crush. We used to do in the early days when I started, Brad, we did something that was called a chicken trade. And basically we bought a call and we bought a put. It's a strangle, right? Chicken trade because you didn't know what way it was going to go. You were chicken, so you played both sides. but you could get enough move on one side that the offset of what you spent for both would normally wash itself out. And the market makers figured that out. And that's where the overvaluing of options comes in before the markets, before the announcements actually come out in the markets. So a little bit of caution. It's not one that I normally play though, Brad. I like the NQ trade much better. For which strategy are you referring to, John? Sorry about that. Hey guys, listen, if you're on YouTube, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, guys. Do not miss the stuff that we're talking about here. Don't miss these trainings. You know, we're going to do some pop-ups on YouTube and Facebook that are not going to be on Zoom. So go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe, and you will see everything that comes across from us. So when we get these pop-ups of live streams that we're going to do, because, hey, XYZ company just announced this and we're trading it this way, you'll at least have an opportunity to try to take advantage of it. Right? Try to trade it. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That sounds like what Ryan was teaching the other week. There you go, Kyle. Good. Great tips. Aha, chicken trade. Great info. Excellent. All right. Good. So let's go take a look at some companies today, guys. Let's go and pull up. You will notice a slight look difference on TradeStation. So you are going to have to bear with me, because when we set this live stream up, my normal TradeStation would not work. So I had no choice but to go ahead and download version 10 of TradeStation. This is probably my second time using it. I'm just very much a creature of habit. I use what I know, right? And TradeStation 9.5 is just what I know. Let me get this option chain moved once it opens up. All right, there we go. Put it over on the other monitor. Beautiful. Okay. So if we look today at SPY, well, actually, let's go look at the chart first of SPY. And what I'll do is I will maximize the screen or the chart on the screen for this 5-minute chart. We've got SPY in there. And look at the setup. For those of you that are brand new, that are not familiar with it, I have 2 moving average settings on this chart to my right, the way I'm looking at it, and they are the 8 and the 5 exponential moving average. What does that mean? Right? Those are the 2 settings that I have. I've got this on a 5-minute chart is what we're looking at here. You'll see that in the center left, right, or upper left, I should say, on this chart. And as we make our gap down today, what happens? We gap down, we move up, we move up, we move up. We close right near an 8 moving average, and that's where the crush comes in. We pull down a little bit further. We come back up. We close near. We start to fail. There's an entry. We go up. We go sideways. Boom. That's where the second crush comes in. 2 opportunities today, major opportunities to take the move on the SPY off of the 8 moving average. I cannot stress this enough. Over and over and over again, talking about this setup. You truly want to get SPY as part of your strategy. Now, is that the only company, the only stock that is doing anything today that's worthwhile? No, it's just a stock is all it is. It's not good. It's not bad. It's not indifferent. It just is, right? So here, if we look, let's go and take our net change, right? So where are we? Tesla, right, is down here. Let me resize this and go back here, right? I'll put the Tesla chart up. So here's Tesla. Very similar pattern to the SPY, but we didn't quite get the move up to the moving average. Part of that, I think, was such a big move down on Tesla. But we did get it up here. We got the move up. We got the fail. It was a quick move down. Really wouldn't have made much. Maybe went against you a little bit, but that's the setup we're looking for, right? That's what I want to see. If you look at Amazon, and I know Roman is all over Amazon today. Oh, no S in Amazon, right? So nice move up today. Look at that breakout, that pullback and bounce. Great opportunities. We broke through here. We're getting into the doldrums of the day, but look as we approach this 8 moving average, how it tends to react. Boom, right? Came back up. Now we're in that lunchtime funk, But right here, I don't normally do anything on day trades after 11:30. Right here we are, 11:35. So that is the 11:30 to 11:35 candle. So we had a really nice move to the downside on Amazon. What are we looking at there? 33.86, and we moved down to about 36.60. So about 200-point move in there. You could probably make a little bit of money on Amazon with a 200-point move. Jim said, if this helps, YouTube is a few seconds behind Zoom. Yep, absolutely. We know there's a small delay on YouTube as there is on Facebook. So absolutely. Appreciate that, Jim. 40 Rover said, eBay SPY. There you go. Appreciate it. All right. So I didn't see a lot of you put in for the trades that went off today, but a couple of you did. So that is great. Good deal. Good trading there for those that did pop it up. So let's go take a look at a couple of candidates and see what's happening for this week. So we are in a booking trade right now. Oh, I can't believe I'm down at that Zoom already. Okay. We're in a booking trade right now, right? We've already taken our first exit off of booking, and our stop is somewhere back down in here. So we've got plenty of wiggle room on booking yet, right? But if you're not in a trade, if this is just a retest, if this is just a, okay, long run, really fast, got to slow down. If that's what we're looking at today and we get a close here and a bounce tomorrow, the 8 is not a perfect confluence with the fib line, with that 0 line, but it's exactly what I'm looking for. This is a potential 0 line breakout trade, right? And I'll lay this out. This might be the one I use tonight in the trade with Rob that I do for the potential trade setup on a 0 line breakout. And what we're looking at is pretty straightforward, right? If I scrunch down a little bit, we're looking for a close about where it is, a little bit lower, a little bit higher, but right near that 2450 level, which we're pretty close with our 8 moving average. If we can get a close in there and a bounce tomorrow, we're looking for the trade to move up to about 25.30. It may not happen tomorrow to make that move up, but that's what we're looking for it to head up to. So keeping in mind, you've got earnings coming out. They're a little short, so you've got to be cautious on the trade with booking. With earnings as close as they are, the options may already be overvalued. Now, we're already in this trade for, I don't know, week and a half. We're up 28 grand on 2 contracts. We've got 2 left. If we get stopped out, we'll still be up on those contracts there. I'm not disappointed with the premium and or the profits we took it and all on it. But there's a potential setup on booking. You just got to watch out for the earnings. Adobe. Let me see something. All right. On Adobe, we have already locked in 1,700 on our first 2 exits, which is 2 contracts and 1. And we've got 1 last contract left. If we get a close below the 5, which is about where we are now, we'll be stopped out of the last contract of that trade. I'll be tickled pink with it. I will not have a problem with it whatsoever. Really, Brenda? I didn't hear that. Founder of Adobe died today. Is this like a joke or are you serious? It's just ironic how it came out. Okay, serious. I when I first learned how to teach seminars, live events, there was a joke that circulated around between some of the speakers, and you would wait, whenever it would happen, that someone would sneeze, and you'd look that person right in the eye and say, I know a man that died from a sneeze like that. Now, he was in another man's closet at the time, but that's a whole different story. That's how I was taking it there, Brenda. Like you were hitting me up on that man died from a sneeze joke. Yeah, I don't know if it's affecting the price of the stock. I just think it's overall the market getting smacked a little bit. But thank you for that. Daniel said, was able to close out my trade with 15% ROI profit on the SPY. There you go. Yeah, you got it, Robert. It's exactly who. Good job, Daniel. Good job. Right? Would I do a credit spread on Amazon today? If I did, it's going to be a day trade, right? And if we go back and look, Let me bring up the presentation in here for you guys. And all right. So here's an SPY trade we did today, right? We did not do, whoops, I don't know why it's doing that. It keeps jumping back. We just did a directional trade on SPY today. And for those of you that know, Amelia is one of our head traders here. Many of you know who she is. You've worked with her for a long time. She's one of our chief traders, our head traders, market traders for us. She does a great job, right? And this trade this morning went off on SPY. You can see in the upper left-hand corner, right? 3-minute chart she uses. We got my moving averages are all in there. There's actually the 8, the 13, and the 21 is what she uses. And she took this trade off of a key level for her, and she bought the 417 puts at $1.44, and she sold them at $1.70, 18% rate of return in 2 minutes. There you go. Leave a like for Amelia. Excellent. Appreciate that. And then here's the actual setup from Taz, right? We got in at 1040.50. We got out at 1041.58. So less than 2 minutes, 13 contracts in at $1.44, out at $1.70. What are we talking about there? 40, 30, 26 cents. So call it 25 cents on 10 contracts would be $250. So a little over $300 on this trade. What do you think, guys? Show some love. This was an awesome trade. Appreciate it, Amos. Excellent. Excellent. So back to your point there, Brad, about a credit spread. It really is going to come down to what the chart is showing me, right? That's going to be first. If I go and look at Amazon, okay. So it's tougher unless I'm looking at some of the intraday stuff. Am I finding support off a moving average? Am I finding pivot points in there? I haven't moved pivots over to this system yet because it is a proprietary indicator that's we're working on for our pivot points. But I would like to see it get down near that critical 3344 level, which is where the 8 moving average is. Now we've got confluence. If I was doing it, though, Brad, I would only do it for an intraday trade. I would not do it overnight with earnings coming as close as they are. They are confirmed, but guys, some of you may remember Apple was the biggest culprit. They did it. They did it. Apple changed their earnings date a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 days before the announcement was supposed to come out, and they pushed it out another week. And all these traders are sitting on options. I think it was supposed to come out on a Thursday. Everybody's holding options that expire Friday, expecting a big move. And once Apple changed the date, and it was confirmed already, they changed anyway. Once they changed the date, a $4 option dropped down to 80 cents or whatever it was. Why? Because the market makers knew you had no shot. You got nothing. You can't trade it any longer. They don't have to dance with you. They don't have to negotiate with you. You want out? We're going to give you what we give you. You don't like it? Too bad. Too bad. They were not much into sharing, and I don't blame them. So although it's rare, it can happen. You got to be careful of that. So for me, no, I wouldn't do it, Brad, per se on Amazon today. You're in the middle of nowhere. I like my trade setups at clear and concise entries. This is kind of off a little bit. All right. Excellent. All right. So I can't see how many y'all are in here. I know there's a lot, though. But let me see something here. Oh, yeah, there certainly is. All right. So with that, let me go ahead and get rid of that because now it made it worse. Okay. There you go. Appreciate it. What symbols you guys want to look at? Oh, man, Trip. On the dime, I said, whoa, and Trip hit and hit enter. Okay. I probably don't need the apostrophe. MU. There we go. So where are we right now on MU? Right? So first off, earnings are gone. You see the little E on the bottom here? That's earnings, 331. So they're past. The earnings themselves were perceived as good. We have now filled the gap. I did not see that move down today, Trip, at all. So mark it down. Could you have traded this to the downside with where the moving average is? Excuse me, where the moving averages are, and that 87.44? The answer is yes. Without a doubt, you could have traded that easily down to that level. Where we are right now, Trip, it looks like I got to read numbers instead. 90.70 is the 8, 90.56 is the 21. So we've got a confluence of those two, but I really need to see them switch and get the 8 on the lower moving average, the 21 green being higher. If we don't do that, it's a little bit harder to take that trade in there. But with that being said, Trip, if you can get the move up to the 80, close where you are, get the move back up to the 87.44 and a retracement off of there, then yes, Trip, I like it a lot as a candidate for sure. All right. Kadim is asking for, hopefully that was helpful, Trip. WFC. All right, $44 stock. They just had earnings come out. Let me go ahead and get rid of that orange bar. I really don't need it. The yellow one is the important one right here. So let's go back and look a little bit more time historically, right? So where do I do this from? Let's see. So I don't see any drawing tools. Okay, not sure. I was going to look for drawing tool. I'll play with that another time. I don't see it right here, so I'm not sure where that is. All right. I may not have the access required. Okay, well, we'll do it this way. Let's just grab a line, right, an arrow, and you can see overall we had a nice move there. And then we get this pullback, right? From there, we've got this pretty strong move up. That little drop, more of a hiccup than anything else, but you can call it a little bit of a V-top. The next one in here was very nice as well, right? So, and then that pullback in there, and we've got nothing else setting up in here. When you look, the closest move to the right side of the chart comes way back here. And this is on, for Wells Fargo, again, banks, which have been doing great. We talked about this last week. November of 2020, we had this great run up from there. So all of that to say, let's go in and draw a Fibonacci, or Fibonacci. And let's come in off of that swing low. And we'll go to our swing high. All right, and we're sitting right at that negative 618. So what I'm looking to have happen I did something to my microphone. Sound is echoey. So something happened, Sean. Try to get the mouse so I can move back up again. All right. So let me see. Who was this? So, all right. Kadim. All right. Wasn't sure who said it, but who asked about it. So, Kadim, we're at a nice high right now. I don't know where this is in relation to their all-time high. Let's see. Oh, nowhere near it at all. Nowhere near it whatsoever. All right. So, what are we looking at here? If we can get a pullback to that 8 and a bounce, maybe, but I'm not ready to do anything with it right now. Or Kadim, I would want to see a break above that 43.96 level, a pullback and a retest and a bounce. And then we're looking at about 49.5 is our resistance for that one, right? DocuSign. Right now is David. So David, we've got the 8 on the top. As far as of our moving averages, where we're setting up, DocuSign was definitely a COVID stock. They did wonderful in COVID, and from September was their pullback, and they have been a sheer chop pattern ever since. I would be a little bit cautious on this. Actually, if I back this fib up, and I draw out a new Fibonacci right in here, right, because we violated the negative 882. We need it. Can anybody tell me the letter of the alphabet that you are seeing? Lots of new messages popping in. The bad thing is now I got to go look at them, which means I got to scroll down on the text chat. Letter H. There you go. The letter H. So it is, and again, I don't have the drawing tools here, so we got to figure that part out. There's the move down. There's the move up. That really didn't count, right? There's the move up, and then we're starting to get that roll off of there. We're looking for that to happen off of the 50 of the 618. So there is our H pattern. That is such a coveted pattern to find. It's not a clean one, so I'm not very excited about it, but it is an H. So what are we looking at? We had our pullback. We made a 1 standard deviation move already from the 50 to the 382. If you can get a bounce off of that 222 level, it looks like 232 is your next target, David, on DocuSign. Let it close here a little bit lower would be even be better, and give me the bounce. See, folks, clear and concise entry. What does that mean? Clear and concise entry. That means that I close in an area that I have a concise entry point, and that's a confluence. That's a perfect entry. Clear is the path to the next target. There's nothing getting in my way here between these two fib lines. Nothing at all. Okay, so let me go back up and grab some symbols. Yeah, I don't know. How did my laptop start doing that? All right, so let's see. Brenda asked for AMD. Guys, in a minute, I'm going to ask you to don't put it in yet because they're going to get lost. I'm going to ask you to put in the symbols again if I didn't call them out. So, because I just can't see them all. It's going to take me too much time to try to scroll through them. And I'll get some of them on YouTube in a second, guys. On YouTube and Facebook. So right now, on AMD, Brenda, overall pattern is bearish, right? Headed to the downside. We need to see a little bit bigger picture, Oh, yeah. I mean, lower highs. Oh, lower highs, but higher lows. Nothing about it excites me, Brenda, until we get under 72. Then I'll be looking at 74 as my next target. So 72 being right here, 74 being right here. That'll be our next target. That'll be what we're looking for our move down is to that point. So that's on AMD. And then for AMAT, all right, so on AMAT, we need a redraw on the fibs as well. Oh, nope, that won't be it. We need fibs. All right, earnings are plenty far away, so we're good there. We've pulled back now to the 382. So, Brenda, what I'm looking for on AMAT is get me up above that 136.48 level. My 8 moving average, the pink line, will be closer to that level. And at that point, once it moves above, retest and bounce, there I'll look to take the bullish entry for it. So the setup is happening. We're prepping for it. We're not there yet. All right, so you take it down. Guys, drop in any symbols that I missed. Drop them in, and I'll check those out. Let me see what's going on here on both YouTube and Facebook. UVXY. Ooh, there is a risk taker on UVXY, huh? I love it. No FOMO. I love UVXY, but there's lots of volatility built around that puppy. So we have seen such a massive drop in VIX short because of what's happened with our VIX. There's nothing there to trade. Go back 6-8 months ago, absolutely. Yes, all over it. Today, not so much. I used to do, you could do covered positions on it. It was awesome. T-Chess is asking for Mara. Someone else had asked Mara and Riot. They put them together. I saw that. Oh, yeah. No FOMO had that in there. So T-Chess is just asking Mara, period. No FOMO. You're asking covered calls. The position is in a bearish bias right now, so I would not go long on anything. I wouldn't buy the long call. I wouldn't buy the directional either on, just the option. Wouldn't be for me. So, I'm sorry, long call or covered buying the equity. So I'm not doing anything with that. It's not done what some traders were hoping for, that it was going to come through and do after some of the moves that were made. But caution. Certainly, if you're looking at it, you got where it sits now. If you can get a close where it is, a retest at the 35 and a fail, you're looking at 32.5 as a target. Little tight, but it can be done. So no FOMO. If we look at Riot, and no FOMO, was that you last week that had asked me about it with what was going on with Coinbase and all of that? We're in the same situation. We had that wedge pattern. We ran right into the convex of the wedge. We just kind of petered out. There's nothing really happening there on it. I'm not excited about it. You've got a couple of little bottoms. We're running right into this one now. We could push down to the next one, but overall, just caution on this one. I'm not seeing a clear path. I like that clear path to the entries. That's a much more important one for me. All right. So we got to get a mouse and a mouse pad over here. That would definitely help me a little bit. Let's see. AEE, Brad's asking for. Let's do that. All right. So AEE. Yeah, they just came. I just put this one out on a video recently. So AEE, we're looking at, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Give me that bounce. Who's asking on that? Brad, did you see this in Trade with Rob? Let me move that fib out a little bit so I can read the number. So 80 is that bottom fib line, 83.96. So we're right there. We're at 83.92. If you get that bounce, we've already got our targets on this. We're looking at 85.75 as our first target. 88 is our second target here. And the stop is set down at 83. So it's a good setup. Yeah, you did. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Good, good, good. Ask Dr. Bonnie Rio. So Dr. Bonnie, do I know you from a past life, a different company, somebody that I used to teach for? I can't tell from a YouTube name, that's for sure, but that's what she called herself. All right, let's see. So let's draw a fib. We got this move down. We got this pull back up. We're going to go off of that swing high down to here. All right, on the Rio Materials, Diversified Metals. Bias is bullish. Pull back to the 618 and a bounce would be awesome. So give me a pull back to the 85, a bounce, and a target up to about 87.5 is resistance. So somewhere down below that for... Yeah, okay. All right. I thought so. Okay. My goodness. Good to see you. Let's see. All right. Let me go back and take a look at Zoom. Let's get a couple of candidates from those in there. All right. So, all good now. All right. Perfect. Good. So ACN was one of them. And that's from Jim. Robert, no crazy candidates today for you? Keith, I just saw you had Ryan in there, so we took care of that one, so that's good. So on ACN, What's happening here? All right, so we're already above the 1, the -1 on the fib line. Look at the last 6 or 7 days, Jim, on ACN. Could we be at a place for a breakout? I like the confluence, but where's my concern? Where is the concern? Right? Is we haven't done anything. Now, automatically, Jim, I need to go back and look historically at what's happened in the past. Right? So let's see. Do we have anything up around that 280 level? One more. That's it. No, we've not been there before. So we're at all-time highs. Let's see. All right. I don't even have a good ABC to draw off of, Jim. All right. We've got this move up. I mean, actually, that's not true. We need to redraw the fib, so let's do that, Jim. Let's move these around, and let's get a new fib in there. We violated the -618, which is the trigger for a redraw. We've got enough of a pullback right here on those 3 candles down that we're okay. It's not perfect, but it's good. So, do we need fibbits? 272 to 281, 9 points. Yes, we need fibbits on both sides. So we're going to add in a 118 and a -136. -136 is right there. The 118 is, I'm just not seeing it. 118, click OK. Perfect. All right, so we just dropped the fibbits inside. Let's go back to template number 2, where we have our moving averages. Let's get rid of that orange bar again. Don't really need it right now. All right, let's take it in. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We've got a nice fibbit that we're hanging around there, Jim. This makes a heck of a lot more sense, right? And for those of you that are unfamiliar, a fibbit is something that I've come up with on Fibonacci's. And if you're not using fibs, you need to. Just period, the end, you need to. If you send us an email at support at wealthbuildershq.com, I can get you guys a basic training on fibs to give you an understanding of them. So just send an email in if you're on YouTube and whatnot, Facebook. Send that in to us. We'll get that over to you. Take us a day or so, but we can get that out. But a fibbit basically says, if I look at any 2 Fibonacci levels, so if I look, as an example, at 281 and 291, that is $10. Distance between that, the red line and the blue line. I added this black line because that distance is greater than double the Wilder's average true range. That number right there is double the Wilder's average true range. So we got $10 in here. The $8 is the number. It's greater. So I need to split that level in half. That's the bottom line on where it comes down to, right? That's what fibbit is. So, Jim, when I'm looking at this, I'm not excited about anything until I can get a close above the 286.31 level, a retest and a bounce. And in an ideal world, it's probably going to move up to about 288, pull back to the 286 and bounce from there. That would be the opportunity on ACN. All right. Hope that helps, Jim. We're looking at, Keith is asking for NVIDIA. Let's see. Oi. All right. So, see, I've got that green line in there, 1572, 157.72. Yeah, so we're going to wait for today to set. Well, actually, no, we're going to wait for it to settle. I'll do this in power option plays tonight. But we need a new fib drawn here, right? So we've got a great confluence, though. Keith, on NVIDIA. Let me just unscrunch that. We've got a good confluence of that 610 fib line or fibbit line and the 8 moving average, right? So if we can get a close here and a bounce, there could be a potential opportunity to the upside to that 632 level. I need to start bringing my pop tracking sheet in with me so I can check that. But I think we just had it down as a day trade. We did with where it was. That's exactly what we had. So I'll redraw these tonight in class. We'll look at MGM. Hope that was helpful there on NVIDIA. Kadeem said, okay, hold on. Whoo. Daily chart. MGM. Okay. I used to do a lot of covered calls on MGM. Covered calls, naked puts. They worked extremely well in the past. Let's see. Do I have a great place to draw from? I got some okay places to draw fibs from. Nothing that is great. I'm going to call that a hiccup in the middle because I'm not going to get enough movement if I don't. All right. So we're in the right moving average order, Kadeem, for our bias. A bullish bias requires the 8 moving average, the pink line, to be on top, the green line to be in the middle, and the brown line to be on the bottom. So the moving averages are in the right order, but we're closed right now below the green moving average, or we are not closed. We are intraday below that moving average. I need to close above the 8 and then a bounce for the potential move. And we're looking at that going up to about 43 and change. All right. I did not do ZM, Karen. Let's see. Zoom. And I do like to trade Zoom. We subscribe. We subscribe to Zoom, right? We use Zoom for a lot of what we do. We have 3 subscriptions to Zoom. So what does that mean? Back from my Amway days, I learned if you're going to go and use somebody else's services, they need to use yours, right? So when I would walk into the barbershop, I said, hey, Pino, you're cutting people's hair, you're washing their hair, you should buy my shampoo. If he said no, I would go to a different barber. At least that's what I was told. Well, I followed and carried that motto forward in the market, saying if I'm going to use your product, I need to be able to make money off of you. Zoom is a company I trade a lot. Adobe is a company I trade a lot. Why? Because Sean uses all the Adobe products that we pay for every single month, right? Zoom, we pay for every single month. So start trading the companies that you know, like, and use. They're one of them, right? Okay. So on Zoom, we are looking, ooh. All right, you guys have gotten really quiet for the most part. You guys really want to see this? Give me a 1 for yes or 2 for no. Come on, guys. Those of you on Facebook, YouTube, smash the like button. Come on. Give me a little bit of love and I'll share it. But this is nice. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. Guys, let me bring it out into a bigger picture first where we started. All right. Thanks, T-Chess. Appreciate it. Look at the overall pattern. The fib line right in here, great fib. Starting way back here in August, rounding up and failing, pull back to the 50, and it's been great. We've had a little bit of chop along the way, right? And what happened now? We pushed up. So we had this fail. I'm actually going to bring it back in now. Right? We had this fail, and we climbed back up. We had this fail, about the same lows, not exact, but about the same lows this year. And we pushed back up. We had this fail, which now gave us a lower low, and we pushed back up, right? That little hiccup, you can't count that one day. We pushed back up, and now about the same highs, and we're back at that 324.74. I would be looking at a minimum. Oh, what in the world happened there? Okay. Let's try that again. I don't know where my fib went. Okay. So let's draw the fib. Actually, yeah, we got it right here. Okay. That was the Fibonacci we had drawn in there. F2. I was snapping a line about here. So if we can get the rollover, close where it is today, retest that 325 tomorrow and fail, guys, look for that 309 level as your target. Absolute love the setup if we can get and even like a little bit more of a move down today. And it's got to retest tomorrow, though. If it doesn't move back up to the 325, it's kind of iffy, right? But if I can get the retest of the 325, I like it, right? And I would do it as a day trade. Zoom moves $15 a day on average, almost 16 a day. So I'd be very happy to take that for the day. All right, phenomenal. Yeah, can't beat the Amway water filter. Still have it, Brad. I still have my Amway water filter. Okay, appreciate it, Fordover. Yeah, Amelia says loving Zoom, right? Sure, without a doubt. All right, let's go take a look at Netflix. They got earnings coming out soon. Right, so looking at Netflix, let's get a zoom in. You can see lots and lots of chop. Their earnings are coming out. My floating tips went away. Let's see, is it F? Yeah. So coming out on the 20th, so tomorrow. Now they normally come out after market. I'm assuming it is the same for tomorrow. I haven't looked yet. So I wouldn't do anything with it. That was on, I don't remember who asked the question on Zoom. I mean on either YouTube or Facebook. I wouldn't do anything with it until the earnings come out. I will be trading it on the NQ tomorrow night for the Drover. I will not be doing anything until that with it. So what strikes would I pick for Zoom? So if I were trading Zoom, let's see, where's the option chain? ZM. I'm definitely trading tomorrow. When I say tomorrow, this week's options rather. So I'm looking for a 65 to 85 delta. I don't have anything. Let's go and look at a little bit more strikes. See if we get anything in there. I don't. I got a 59 delta, which doesn't work for me. So let's see about the next upcoming week. So we're not looking at a whole lot of open interest there. We may have to go out to a monthly to get it, which I'm not real excited about. Yeah, I got to spend $30 on it, but that's where I'd have to go. It's out to the May 21st of 2021. 73 delta is a 300 strike. I'm sorry, this calls. We're looking puts, right? So I was on the wrong side. So plenty of open interest on the put side. Okay, that's better. I'm like, there should be open interest. So what are we looking at for delta here? We're looking for that 65 to 85. I got a 66 delta, 1040 by 1130. I would definitely negotiate that price in there. We need to have mid. In there, this way I don't have to do the math. That's a mo better. In the infamous words of Mr. Schwartz from Franklin K. Lane High School. That's a much more better. So we're looking at that 65 delta. We're going to spend about 1085, call it $11 to do that trade. That would be the one I would be trading. You got it, T-Chess. Absolutely. So, guys, let me share something with you. You know, this trade that we did, this was done today, brought in whatever it was. I forget the percentage we had on now, 18% for 2 minutes. I'm going to guess most of you okay with 18% for 2 minutes. I'm going to guess. Maybe not. Maybe it's not enough for you, right? But for me, I'll take 18%. If I can do that every 2 minutes in the day, compound that out and tell me what that looks like, right? Woo! Phenomenal. Yeah, phenomenal. So here's the thing, right? Keep in mind, guys, What I'm talking about here is our Trade Watch Alerts program. We've never had an annual program on this before. We've only done it monthly up to this point. These prices are going up next. What did we say, Sean? Wasn't next week? Was it the week after? Yeah, the week after. The prices are going up on our monthly and our annual. So if you're interested, guys, there's a 2-week trial to this. So what are you doing? You're enrolling in it. Nothing. You're not being charged. You got 2 weeks. If it works, keep it. If it doesn't, that's okay. We do 56% is what we're up this year on our trades. And we trade everything with one contract is the way that we share it. Every trade we do, we look to do one contract. We either buy directionally or we do credit or debit spreads. That's it. And most of them are right now credit spreads are the way that we're trading them. So, all right, guys, do me some favors here. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Subscribe on Facebook, YouTube. Go do that. If you're in Zoom, give me some understanding of how today was. Was today good training? Did you enjoy it? Was it helpful? Did you get something from it? Talk to me. Kyle, Ryan's going to have something coming out shortly. We're just waiting on finishing a few things up that he's working on, but yes. Fantastico. Ooh, not a lot of loving. I don't know, guys. You can Zoom. What happened? Great classes. Oh, all right. Okay, there we go. Amelia dropped a link in there, guys, to the Trade Watch Alerts. So go ahead and grab that. Amelia, you probably need to put that in, or Sean put it in. Okay. Here's a dumb question. What's the difference between the words mark and mid? Nothing, Robert. Absolutely. It's toss versus trade station. We want our own word. So we call it mark. Always picking something up. Excellent. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, guys, I'm going to be presenting at Wealth 365 this week. I am teaching on Thursday. Amelia, do you have our link to that? To the Wealth 365? Amelia's going to drop that in a minute, guys. If you would go ahead and get yourself registered for that, come and check it out. I'm in there Friday. I want to say 3 o'clock. I've got another topic I'm teaching in there. It's on right now, Leeds. Yeah. So I'm teaching on Friday, though. I'm teaching on Friday. So $1,180 in Apple this morning. Good day, less than 15 minutes. That is fantastic. And here's what we got for that. Anything over $1,000. There you go, Robert. Here's Thor's hammer. I've got the power. We're going to talk about this next week, right? Actually, this week, we've got a class coming up called I've Got the Power. So make sure you check that out. 15 minutes, $1,180. You could probably retire if you could pull in $1,100 a day. You probably retire from it. Support. The email is support@wealthbuildershq.com. Teach us. Are you able to put that into Zoom, Sean? You can or cannot? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the link. Oh, there we go. Amelia dropped it in, guys. You may have to grab it if it lets you do that. It didn't come in as a. That one. Let me do it. Didn't come in as a link. Got to have the HTTP, I think, in front of it, Amelia. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. They're going to get that link dropped in there for you. Go ahead and click on that link. There, I see it in. There we go. It's in both. It's in Zoom and it's in the Facebook and YouTube stream. So you guys can click on that link and go register for it. With that, ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. We'll leave the room open a couple of minutes so you can grab the links. Have a great day, and I'll see all you at the next go-round. Take care now.